Welcome back. John Schaeffer joins us now for this week's Dollars and Cents segment. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you.
You're always so full of knowledge. So we're talking about homeowners insurance, right?
Correct, yep.
Which I don't know a lot about, so this will be a lesson for me. I'm just going to sit back and listen.
Sit back and listen. Okay, the biggest thing with homeowners insurance, there's a standard homeowners insurance policy. What we like to do is educate our clients to make sure they've got the fullest protection they can. On your standard homeowners insurance policy, the one thing it doesn't cover is water sewer backup. So basically, if you've got a basement home, you've got to have this endorsement. Your standard policy doesn't cover that, but that covers if you have a sump pump or water sewer that basically backs up in your basement, this covers that. And you can go anywhere from $5,000 to $50,000 coverage for that.
And that can be so disastrous. I mean, that sounds like something that you definitely want to make sure. And you call this an endorsement?
Endorsement, yep. So it's an added protection. Usually it's anywhere from $15 to $35 extra a year. But especially if you have a basement home, I would definitely have that endorsement.
Oh, yeah.
What does it matter for basement home?
So basically, with your sump pump, you usually have a sump pump in a basement home. And plus with the sewer being in the walls, like your pipes and stuff, that could back up in the walls or breakage.
Yeah, I hear people's basements flooding all the time, so this is kind of one of those.
Correct.
Cover that.
As we roll into that, another thing we have, too, is another added endorsement, is limited water protection. So if there's hidden water or seepage in the walls, that's another endorsement that kind of protects you from that. It could be like your ice maker line in the wall, starts leaking. Could be a water line in the wall or something. So.
Gotcha.
Wow. Yeah, and we have some family members that have had this happen, and it literally started raining. And this is the time of year where pipes start freezing too. The outside faucets, if you don't quite have those off, and can cause so much damage.
So, another thing that I like to talk to my clients about is damaged and undamaged siding and damaged roof or undamaged roof replacement. It's an added endorsement. This is really good. The tornado hit my house 2 years ago where I live on the west side of town. But what that did was, so when you have this endorsement, it's undamaged or damaged siding, if the tornado or high winds rips off like part of the siding on your house, you're thinking, I hope they can match it. If my house is like in the 90s and it's 2020, my siding's going to be faded. So your standard homeowner's policy, what they do is they'll rip off all the siding and put new siding on the one side of the house, and they'll piece together your other siding on the three sides of the house. So, because that's all you're insured for, they're covering that.
Yeah.
So with this endorsement, if they can't match the siding or your roof shingles, they'd replace it all.
Oh, wow.
And it's about $25. Yeah.
That is so good to know.
So
and that's something that most people wouldn't know.
No, you wouldn't know. So your standard homeowner's insurance you wouldn't know that.
Yeah.
So really great. Another thing that we have, another endorsement, which I think is really neat, is called service line protection. We've got a lot of our companies that have that. That is a line, basically your lines that go from the street to your house. So with that, the city doesn't cover that. So if you've got like a water line or a sewer line, and then either roots get in it or it's corrosion, and that bust, guess what? You're going to you have to go pay some backhoe guy to dig up your yard here at Christmas time and spend $15,000 or $20,000.
Wow.
So it's called service line protection. It's one thing that I always educate my clients on, is that an endorsement. Hey, you can get it or not. But it's a really great protection to have, because I've seen that in older houses where roots get in your sewer system or your lines and breaks them. So,
So I have one more question for you. Is it true that like a wedding ring, engagement ring would be covered under your homeowner's insurance?
So it is a little bit covered, but not all the way covered. So there's a real gray area in there. Most standard insurance policies only cover up, maybe let's say $2,500. That's it. What we recommend to our clients is that you schedule that. And by meaning to schedule that engagement ring or wedding ring, what you're doing is you have a zero deductible, but you're scheduling it for the amount. So, if you've got a $10,000 ring that you got, then you can schedule for $10,000. There's a zero deductible. If it goes down the sink, it flies off at the lake, or you're just like doing laundry one day and you're like, hey, where'd my wedding ring go? It just appeared. So anytime you've got any kind of special piece of jewelry, family heirloom, jewelry like that, the biggest thing is to schedule that and get that on that. We can either write a separate policy or we can write it with the home, but it's a zero deductible. Your standard homeowner's insurance, you would have to pay a deductible. So it's not worth it. You want to schedule that if it's that important to you.
Yeah, so basically what I need to do is that if you guys ever need help with this stuff, we need to come visit you at the Resource Center.
And I need to write you some insurance for your renters there too.
Yeah, okay, all right, anyway. So if you guys want to get more information from John, you guys know you can go to the Resource Center resourcecenterinc.com, and you can give them a call at 882-1800.
Yeah. And one thing I always tell our clients is, and other people that I talk to, either in Facebook world or out in the streets, let me shop your insurance for you. I've got 9 companies that we broker through, and I can shop your insurance while you work.
So perfect. We can just make you do all the work.
That's
and
right.
There's some of our companies that are popping up right now on your screen. So it's great. And also at the Resource Center Insurance, don't forget, we do financial planning and estate planning.
Yep. So you guys have it all. Well, John, thank you so much for joining us today. We will be right back, guys. You don't want to miss anything.